They say hard work pays off. But what if it doesn't? What if you give it everything and still don't make it? This isn't another UPSC story. It's about the price we pay, mentally, emotionally, and quietly. This isn't a motivational video, it's a truth telling one. I remember one morning, I woke up at 5. Not because I was motivated, but because guilt wouldn't let me sleep. I sat in front of my books and tears rolled down. Not because I couldn't understand the subject, but because I couldn't understand myself anymore. That's when I learned the battle isn't just outside, it's within. There comes a point when you start comparing yourself. You don't mean to, but it happens. All it takes is one picture, one phone call, one message. You're lost touch, your friends are moving on, some got married, some even had a baby. And here you are, married to a study table, living in a world that shrinks with every passing day. In this moment, two fears take hold. First, the fear that world will forget you, and second, the scarier fear that you might forget how to live in it. And then there is the silence of no visible progress. You read, reread, revise, and yet it feels like swimming against the tide. Eventually, you don't just give up on the subject, you start questioning the entire dream. And the biggest elephant in the room, health and time. Time slips like sand and health deteriorates without a sound. They don't write eulogies for sacrificed 20s behind a study table, but they should, because something dies in silence. You keep pressing pause on life, after prelims, after mains, one more attempt, just another attempt, until one day you realize life wasn't waiting. Like a train that kept moving while you stayed back on the platform. One day, I stopped preparing for a rank and I started preparing for a life. A life we forgot was meant to be lived, not postponed. Even if no one believes it now, you must. Your self worth is not tied to these results. Yes, there's a mountain ahead, like this exam. But tying your happiness to it is like thinking life after success will be a smooth, straight road. But is that even true? Life, before or after this exam, will have its share of ups and downs, wins and wounds. We also forget the silent warriors in the journey. Our families, friends, partners, etc. They give up a part of their lives too, just to see us rise. But what's the point of this journey if one day you can't even relate to them? A lot can change in a year. Some of my friends died during this journey. Yes, death. Because while we chase a goal, life keeps happening. And in this chaos, there are little joys. A sunset that makes you pause, a cup of tea that feels like home, those midnight chats with a friend, a final page of the book, the thrill of scoring well in a test or simply finishing a chapter. We must accept this, that not making it to the merit list doesn't mean you fell short. It means the outcome wasn't yours, but the efforts, that's immortal. क्यों डरे कि जिंदगी में क्या होगा, कुछ ना हो तजुर्बा तो होगा. The result fade, but the lessons remain. Lessons like showing up on your worst days, being true to a schedule you once made with hope, finding an inner warrior, the warrior that trained daily in loneliness, grit, and quiet courage. To anyone listening, whether you are still in the race or watching from the sideline, you are not behind, you are not late, you are not broken. You are becoming. And in this transformation, you are allowed to feel. You are allowed to cry, and most importantly, you are allowed to live. Maybe, just maybe, success isn't about 3-letter service. Maybe it's about surviving your darkest season with your soul intact. Let's stop glorifying silence and suffering. Let's start celebrating honesty, healing, and being human. If this spoke to you, don't just save it. Share it with one person who needs to hear it. Let's create a space where vulnerability is power, not weakness. And this is where Hazaro Khwaishein Aisi begins. Not with answers, but with honesty. Thank you.